understood circulatory system, right? So in detailing I have explained the structure of human heart and how blood flows through the heart, right? The functioning of the heart, everything we have learned. Next, there is one more life process which will help living organism to survive. It's also one of the important life process. See, in our body will be producing several waste products during various processes. When we digest, when the glucose is broken down, right? When the glucose is broken down, there are some waste will be produced. Which waste is produced? Carbon dioxide will be produced, and we remove that waste, right? That is, respiration will help in giving out carbon dioxide. And we also learned about egestion. What is egestion? It's a process of throwing out undigested food. Like that, we also generate some of the waste, right? Like when we digest the protein, when protein is broken down, during the metabolism of protein, it will produce some waste product, and these waste products are highly toxic. Highly toxic. Toxic means what? Poisonous. Okay? Highly toxic. Toxic means what? Poisonous. Okay? Highly toxic or poisonous, and this toxic substance should be removed immediately from our body. That process is called excretion. So what is excretion? Excretion is a process of removal of waste that are produced in the cells of living organism. Here when we are talking about excretion, we are talking about when protein is during protein metabolism. During protein metabolism, okay, that is whatever the protein is there, that will be converted into amino acid. Then the amino acid, that is during digestion, the proteins will be converted into amino acid, right? This amino acid will be absorbed by the cell. Even after absorption by the cell, the amount of amino acid which will be present in our body will be always more. So what happens? It will be sent to the liver, and there some process will take place, and during that process certain waste products are formed, that is ammonia, uric acid and urea. These are the wastes that are produced during protein metabolism. Okay, so these wastes are highly toxic or highly poisonous. So it should be immediately thrown out. Okay, so the process of removal of the waste that are generated in our body, in the cells, okay, that is the waste that are produced during various metabolic processes is called excretion. The process of removal of waste that are produced in the cells of living organism in our body. These are the waste that is produced, and this should be thrown out immediately, otherwise it will become poisonous or toxic. To carry out this function, we have a excretory system. We have excretory system which makes sure that the waste that are generated, the waste which are produced in our body, it is thrown out immediately. As and when it is formed, it is thrown out. Okay. So excretory system in human being. So what are the organs which forms the excretory system? So let us see that. The excretory system in human body consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, and a urinary bladder, and a urethra. Okay, so this forms the excretory system. Now let us learn the diagram. bladder. Then I'll explain. This is our excretory system. It consists of pair of kidneys, a pair of ureter, one urinary bladder, urethra and urethral opening. And this is the blood vessel. See, blood will contain both useful and harmful substances. I told you the harmful substance, how it is produced, right? This harmful substances should be removed from the blood, and that means the blood should be filtered. So how the blood gets filtered? The blood is filtered by the kidneys. Okay, kidneys are the filters of our body. It filters the blood. They purify the blood. So what are kidneys? Kidneys are bean shaped. They are bean shaped. You can see the shape. It resembles the shape of the bean. Okay. It is bean shaped and it is dark reddish brown in color. It is dark reddish brown in color, and we have two kidneys, one on each side of our backbone. One on each side of our backbone. Okay, and each side of backbone we have our kidneys, right? On each side of backbone we have the kidney. So what is the function of kidneys? To filter the blood. How it filters the blood? The blood will be carried by the capillaries. The capillaries, I remember capillaries, right? They are the minute blood vessels. So the capillaries will be containing the blood. And the blood contains both useful and harmful substances. So when the blood enters the kidney, the useful substances will be absorbed back by the blood. The blood will take back the useful substances. Only the harmful substances in the form of urine will be taken to the urinary bladder through the ureter. The ureters are the tube-like structure which will start from the kidney. So as soon as urine is formed, how urine is formed, all the steps you will be learning in higher classes. Okay. So for now we just learn when the blood enters the kidneys, blood will have both useful and harmful substances. Useful substance will be taken back by the blood. It will absorb back by the blood. The harmful substances will be converted into urine. That is, the harmful substance will dissolve in water and it will be forming urine. And the urine will be taken to the urinary bladder by these two structures called ureter. Urinary bladder is like a sac-like structure which will store the urine for some time. Until unless you feel like passing the urine, it will be stored in the urinary bladder. And when the bladder is filled, then the urine will be thrown out through the urethral opening. So that's about the excretory system. Understood the excretory system. So in a day, per day, an adult human being will be throwing out around 1 to 1.8 liters of urine in a day. That is for 24 hours. He'll be throwing out 1 to 1.8 liters of urine. But we know very well we don't drink only 1 liter of 1 or 2 liters of water, right? We drink more than 2 liters of water, I think, right? So what happens to that water is it is absorbed back by the blood. The blood will take the water, okay? Because kidney also helps in maintaining the water level in our body. So let us see what does urine consist of. Urine consists of 95% of water, 2.5% of urea and 2.5% of other waste. So this is the composition of urine. And you know, all the animals do not excrete urea. Okay, it depends. In case of fishes will be excreting ammonia. I told you ammonia is the waste that is produced, right? So ammonia, uric acid and urea. Urea is produced in our body. Fishes excrete waste in the form of ammonia. And when we talk about the birds, right? The birds will be throwing out in the form of uric acid. In the form of uric acid. So this is how the different animals will be excreting the waste. Okay, and we know that we sweat, right? We sweat, especially during hot summer day. We'll be sweating. Do you think sweating serve any purpose? Yes. Sweating helps a purpose. It will help in maintaining our body temperature. Whenever the body gets hot, right? We evaporate. When we sweat, we don't evaporate. We sweat enormously. Why we sweat? When we sweat, it will bring down our body temperature. The water will, when the sweat evaporates, it brings down the body temperature, right? Even skin, that is skin, will also help in excretion, right? That is when we sweat. When the sweat will dry, you can see the white color patches, right? The white color patches is nothing but some salt. The skin will also help in excreting certain salt. So we can say skin also as a excretory organ, but main excretory organ is our kidneys, okay? Not the skin. Skin also helps in excretion. Lungs will also help in excretion because lungs will help in throwing out carbon dioxide. Skin will help in throwing out excess amount of water and also the salt, some salt, excess amount of salt, okay? So that skin is also an excretory organ, but when we ask you which is the main excretory organ, it is definitely the kidneys, okay? And sweating, I told you, it really serves a purpose. It will help in bringing down the body temperature. So I hope you understood excretion in animals. Next we'll learn about transportation in plants and excretion in plants.